Two more songs and then we hand over to Jose. Probably Silverstein's best known song is A Boy Named Sue. It's the one that topped the charts and won a Grammy, and it's probably the only one of his songs that was recorded in a prison. Johnny Cash made it famous after recording it in his San Quentin prison performance. When Johnny Cash recorded the song at San Quentin, he didn't yet know it well. He was giving it a try, just to see how it went over, and he needed to have the words in front of him, as I do all the time. The audience loved it, and Cash made it a regular part of his repertoire. Hey, my daddy left home when I was 3, and he didn't leave much for Ma and me, just this old guitar and a half-filled bottle of booze. And it wasn't just that he run and hid, but the meanest thing that old man did is before he left, he went and named me Sue. Yeah, he must have thought it was quite a joke. It got lots of laughs from lots of folks. Seems I had to fight my whole life through. Well, a girl would giggle and I'd turn red. Some guy would laugh and have to bust his head and tell you, life ain't easy for a boy named Sue. Yeah, I grew up quick and I grew up mean. My fists got hard and my wits got keen. I roamed from town to town to hide my shame. And I made a vow to the moon and stars, I'd search them honky-tonks and bars, and I'd kill the man that'd give me that awful name. It was Gatlinburg in mid-July. I drove up and my throat was dry. Thought that I'd stop in and have me a brew. In an old saloon on a street of mud, and there at a table dealing stud, sat the dirty, heartless hound that named me Sue. Yeah, I knew that old man was my dad from a worn-out picture my mama had. I knew the scar on his cheek and his twinkly eye. He was kind of bent and grey and old. I looked at him and my blood ran cold. I said, "My name is Sue. How do you do? Now you're gonna die." So I hit him right between the eyes. He went down, but to my surprise, he came up with a knife and he cut off a piece of my ear. So I busted a chair right across his teeth and we crashed through the wall and into the street, kicking, gouging in the mud and the blood and the beer. Well, I tell you, I fought tougher men, but I really can't remember when. He kicked like a mule and he bit like a crocodile. Then he went for a gun and I heard him curse when he seen that I had grabbed it first. He looked up at me and he said with a sheepish smile, he says, "Boy," he says, "this world is rough. If a man's gonna make it, he's gotta be tough." And I knew I wouldn't be there to help you along. So I give you that name and I said goodbye. I knew you'd have to get tough or die. And it's that name that helped to make you strong. He said, "You just fought one heck of a fight and I know you hate me. You got the right to kill me now. Wouldn't blame you if you do. But you ought to first thank me before I die for the gravel in your guts and the steel in your eye, because I'm that heartless hound who named you Sue." What could I do? I got all choked up and put down the gun. I called him Pa and he called me son, and I come away with a different point of view. And I think about him now and then, every time I try and every time I win. And you know, if I ever have a son, I think I'm going to name him Jim or Tom or Bob or Joe or anything, Fred, anything at all, but not Sue. I'll kill that man when I see him again.